Do you have a child who's constantly asking for more time with you? Maybe you're putting them to bed at night and they don't want you to leave. Or maybe they never want to play alone. They always want you to be playing with them. And you've probably noticed that the more you stay at night or the more you play with them, the more they want. Their need for you seems endless. Most parents assume that this behavior is about connection, that their child needs more of them. And of course, children do need connection, but in many cases, maybe even yours, it's not just about a child's need for connection, it's about their need for stimulation. Some kids' brains need stimulation like we need food or water. And when they don't know how to create that stimulation on their own, they panic. So they cling to us, not because they need us, but because they need input. And we are the source of that input. So, how do you know if your child is asking for more and more time with you, but it's really stimulation that they need? The first clue is no matter how much you connect, it never seems to be enough for them. The second clue is that they're only fine if you or someone else leaves if they are engaged in something else. If they're in the middle of doing something, then it's okay with them that you leave. And another clue may be that they struggle with other quote unquote boring tasks, like brushing their teeth or getting dressed or cleaning their room. If that sounds familiar, then it's very likely that your child is craving stimulation, and that's why your connection never seems to be enough. So here's good news and better news. The good news is once they learn how to create stimulation, they are going to demand less of your time. The better news is that this is not all on you. It is not your job to be their cruise director. I actually teach families many strategies so that their kids are able to find that stimulation. But one of my favorites is what I call variations. And it's actually pretty simple. You start with something your child already likes, say Legos, and you teach them how to create a variation. So, for example, one variation may be build 5 Lego towers, but they can only be 5 bricks high and they all have to be the same color. Another variation of building with Legos is where you say to them, build a town called Carland. Make at least 3 buildings and they should all fit that theme. Or another variation is use your Legos to build something and you only have 7 minutes to do it. So see what you can build in 7 minutes. Now, I'm going to tell you why this works, and I'm also going to tell you how to help them be more independent with all of this. So here's why it works. The first thing it does is it allows their brain to attach to something, the Legos, because often when you have a child who needs a lot of stimulation and you say, go do something, the amount of options that they could do, it actually overwhelms and frustrates them. They need something to focus on. So they have a starting point, and then a variation brings in novelty that their brain is seeking. And there's so many potential variations that it's actually not that hard to come up with new ideas. And guess what? It's going to be even easier for their brain to do it. So once you try this a couple of times where you are suggesting things to them and you and they are seeing what is helpful, then it's their turn. So instead of saying, hey, play Legos and this is how you should do it, you can say, okay, it's time to play Legos. How are you going to do it? Then, very likely, their brain is going to come up with these variations on their own. Again, this is not on you. I will tell you, I have worked with hundreds of kids who needed this type of stimulation, and they came up with way better ideas than I ever could have. Now, I want to wrap up by saying this. I'm a big believer that it's important for kids to be bored. This is not saying, let's give them stimulation all the time so they're not bored. What I will also say, though, and you've probably seen this, is that most kids, when they are bored, don't automatically go to do the creative or healthy thing. What they tend to do when they're bored and they need stimulation is they find it through bothering others around them. So, using variations really does teach them how to be bored so that they can expand their mind in creative ways instead of having to depend on someone else to give them what they need. That means less pressure on you. And it also means your child is going to feel more capable and confident. If you want more ways to make your life easier as you are raising a child with big emotions, a child who is anxious or sensitive or strong willed, I'm going to be doing a free workshop where I talk about how to spend less energy and still reduce the drama in your home. And I'm going to talk about why the things you've tried in the past haven't worked, or what to do if you're just too tired to use the strategies that you think will probably work, but you haven't been able to use them. Details for that workshop are below the video. I would love to see you there.